I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're in a blue city that's fixing to get the National Guard sent in to crack down on crime, and your first reaction is, oh, you're going to run up there and get your little piece and run out in there and try to push back against them and fight back and say, war and this is that, let me be the first to tell you, there will be no golden casket or George Floyd treatment for you. Okay, like I know you watched the news the last few years and you saw what the Democrats did for George Floyd, and they knelt in the Capitol Rotunda and put the little kente cloths around their necks and sang, "We shall overcome," and cried and wailed and did this whole shebang and thing for him and got him all this attention, right? They are not going to do that for you, and let me tell you why. The Democrat Party is devious and they're evil because every so often what they'll do is they'll pick someone to win essentially the minority lottery, right? And that's going to be their new figurehead for the next couple years, right? And they'll go all out for that person, right? They're not going to do that for you because I'll tell you this, if there's one thing the BLM movement actually did do, it was encourage more police officers and more police departments to wear body cameras. And guess what that did? It caused them to be exonerated in many cases. So essentially what's going to happen is they're going to catch you out there running around in the streets, acting a fool in 4K, and you're going to get prosecuted and locked up where you belong to be. And that's assuming you don't get smoked yourself just for going out there and being so dumb in the first place. And then you're going to be sitting there looking all crazy saying, oh, you wonder why you didn't get the George Floyd treatment. You know why? It's because the whole country is honestly tired of this racism garbage, this racism crap that we have to hear 24/7 that we've been listening to for the last decade plus. We're sick of everything being called racist by people who want to point the finger at anybody but themselves. So before you run out in the streets in Chicago or any other blue city that's fixing to get what's coming to them, just know there's not going to be any golden casket treatment for you. And you should be fully aware of the fact you're not going to get memorialized the way you think you might be. You're only going to make yourself look really bad in the process, and honestly, anyone else who looks like you as well. So hopefully you hear these words and do something with them before it's too late for you.
Yes, there is something going on. At the end of this video, you are going to find out when you take a look at this. The president sent this out a few minutes ago. The animal who violently take away the lives of a beautiful young lady from Ukraine who came to America searching for peace and safety should be given a quick, there is no doubt, trial and only awarded the death penalty. There can be no other option. President.
And if you really want to know who the criminals are in this country, you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. But the people that commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white supremacists. Yet for whatever reason, they sit and they serve at the pleasure of the president. They are the ones that were there on January 6th, tearing our democracy down physically. And now we have them tearing us down right here from within.
There is something wrong with Jasmine. I don't know why she must do this every single time. It's insane. It has reached that level. People need to continue to call out this lady. Look at what she's saying here. The most vile crime in this country is committed by this, by that. They don't look deep into what is happening. They don't do that. It is just to bounce on TV and say some ridiculous things. Now going to something else.
Here's Abby Phillip, who never misses an opportunity to make her segments or her show about race and how oppressed Black people, like Abby Phillip, who makes millions of dollars, presumably, are. Here she is in SOT 3.
Certain people have been looking for an opportunity to find a case like this, to make a point like this, some sort of like reciprocal George Floyd situation. And that's the part that I think he's almost giving away the game, and it's sad to see a lot of people going along with it.
And here's the follow-up, hold your thought, from Van Jones.
We don't know why that man did what he did. And for Charlie Kirk to say, we know he did it because she's white, when there's no evidence of that, it's just pure race mongering, hate mongering. It's wrong. Then he says that if something like that had happened the other way, there would be sweeping changes imposed on society. Where is the George Floyd Policing Act? It didn't pass. You mentioned the thing about cashless bail. I think this is a big challenge that we have. Would you have felt better if there had been cash bail and the mom had come and put down $1,000 to let him out? It's not about cashless bail or no cashless bail. It's about the fact that we don't know how to deal with people who are hurting in the way this man was hurting. Hurt people hurt people.
Just two quick things. The mom would have gotten him out of jail, like if there'd been like bail. We don't know that she wouldn't have gone down and bailed him out. Yes, we do, because the mom wanted him locked up. Van needs to do his homework. He did not do his homework before he went on that show, because I do not believe he wants to appear willfully ignorant. The mother was upset that the system continued turning her son back out into the community. She didn't know what to do with him and had run out of options. So I believe the mother would not have bailed him out had there been cash bail. And the business about where's the George Floyd policing, like nothing changed in this country after George Floyd. Like, we're just going to pretend that wasn't some watershed moment where the left lost its ever-loving mind and forced all of corporate America and sports America and educational America to bend the knee on this race essentialism, which has still infested virtually every area of our lives and how we live to this day.
What gets on my nerves is the fact that these people are sympathizing with this guy who unalived this lady. It's annoying. Yes. I don't know why race has always been an issue with this lady on CNN, with this Van Jones. It has always been a thing for a very long time. I've been following this, putting out videos on these topics for about 5 years on this platform. Looking at this, I don't see this being a case for people to sit and justify. Yeah. Everybody should be outraged, should be angry. It's not like, some group of people were looking for opportunities like this to pass a point, like what she's struggling to say here. I don't get it. No justification. Trump just sent that out, like, this should be the punishment they should give this guy. Yeah, a lot of people agree with that.
I want to be clear that, law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening, per se.
Today, I would like to address the tragedy that has not received nearly enough media attention, the brutal murder of Iryna Zarutska. Here are the facts that many outlets have shamefully and intentionally failed to report until President Trump drew attention to it. But while we extend our thoughts and prayers, we must also seek justice for this crime and call attention to this heinous incident. Someone who, by definition, repeatedly breaks the law to just sign a written promise and come back again another day. This is madness. This monster should have been locked up, and Iryna should still be alive.
Yes, a lot of people are now calling that the judge who released this guy should be removed. When you take a look at this, you can clearly see this is a letter and signatures that are pouring out. North Carolina members of Congress are pushing to remove her from office. Judge Teresa, who was behind the release of that is it. Not only these people, that is what I see on social media. The mainstream media wanted to neglect this story, but they didn't succeed. Now, going into what is happening on this channel, for about 2 weeks now, nothing's going. They don't recommend videos. They don't push. If I post, views will just be stuck. So I don't know what to do. But that is not a limiting factor. We will continue to put out videos and plead on you. Please share the videos. Let's try and see if things can bounce back.
But it's not just the physical symptoms that make you think the president is transitioning from this.
To say Memphis, Baltimore, Blue.
On the thing.
Find the perpetrator.